people, there's a hair in my mouth. I haven't done a sit down talk video. Actually, I think all my videos kind of have this, but I feel like I haven't done it in a while because I was really busy. Work, as always, as an academic. Whoa, my hair! Okay, I look like a monster, a lion. So last video was me showing you my pageant. So did I never want it seen. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support on Instagram and on YouTube, Snapchat too. Thank you so much. But I really love these videos the most, where we talk about eating disorder recovery, the really nitty-gritty topics like binge eating disorder, binge eating help, body image, body dysmorphia, all the heavy, very important things that actually really get to us every single day. This is the ish that drives me to a lot of deep and dark points every day. Even though I'm here to give you advice and help, it often is very difficult for me to survive in life with all these struggles too. Recently, I've been reading, actually listening, because I suck at reading, but audiobooks are the best thing ever. This book called 50 Ways to Soothe Without Food, and this was an audiobook or book that was recommended to me by my dietitian when I started seeing her about 5 months ago. I've liked it ever since, but I'm always so busy, obviously, with my job, social media, pageant stuff, my current obligations I still have as the 2016 Miss Friendship Ambassador kind of leads over into 2017 also. So I'm always crazy busy, and I've really been telling myself, you really need to commit more to your recovery, Kelly. And I really haven't been doing that. Even though I'm here to always give you advice and help you, I'm not perfect. I am not healed. I'm not fully recovered. I'm not a perfect example. I'm an honest example of someone who has struggled with eating disorders and still has to deal with a lot of the trauma and the struggle and the back and forth that comes with having had struggles with food and my body my whole life. It's always going to be a process to always find self-love and self-care every single day. I always want you to know that. Please do not pressure yourself to change or heal or recover, because for me, at least, it is a lifelong journey, and I've accepted that it is. So I'm not angry with myself. That's how I am able to be patient with myself and actually recover maybe a little faster or in a healthier way, because I'm never pressuring myself to change. I'm not like, oh my god, stop binge eating, you suck. That was really the old me before I started going to therapy 2 years ago and seeing a dietitian and realizing I only need to be like, I love you. Oh, you poor thing. Because we're struggling. Okay, the idea of mindfulness and how mindfulness is seriously one of the key things that I need to practice more, and that anyone who's struggled with their relationship with food, it can really be such a helpful solution to developing a healthier relationship with food and stop depending on food to soothe you or comfort you, or whatever role food seems to have for you that is not healthy, that's causing you to stuff your face, binge, overeat, anything. If you're realizing that you depend too much on food, mindfulness will really help. So my definition of mindfulness, actually I should probably look this up. The internet is amazing. The definition of mindfulness, according to Google, is the quality or state of being conscious or aware of something. A mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment, while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. Perfect. Good thing I didn't tell you what my definition is of it, because it would have been totally not as great and concise as that one. Mindfulness really helps because it is a process of checking in with yourself, and I know I've talked a lot about that in all of my past videos when it comes to discussing depending on food for comfort, etc. So in those moments, specifically for me, it happens at night when I'm really stressed, really tired, overwhelmed, overworked, feeling lonely, feeling insecure, any emotion that evokes a negative feeling for me, I immediately start thinking, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I really can't. It's not like I consciously say that though. I don't go, oh, I see a feeling, I'm not gonna deal with it. My subconscious, the inner me goes, I don't want to deal with that. Let's go to the food. I don't think that anyone who struggles with binge eating or overeating or any eating disorder behavior is like, yep, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna choose to F myself over. Never. It's always our inner selves are always trying to protect us from harm. But I want you to realize that you are strong enough to be able to handle the actual emotion. And it's important that we take on feeling these feelings, accepting these emotions instead of stuffing them down with food. Food is a very numbing thing for me. It really serves such a huge comforting purpose of numbing. Ever since I was younger, I really now realize after digging through so much in my therapy sessions that food was always a way to make me feel safe and comforted and mostly numb though. Because when you're stuffing your face, you're busy doing something. You're literally taking food from cabinets, from the fridge, from the garbage. You just lose your mind, so you're distracted. You're binging, so you're not feeling any feeling that you were. You're not worried about that paper deadline that you have in 2 hours that you're freaking out about. You're not feeling the breakup from your boyfriend. You're not worrying about all these insecurities and stresses and anxieties that you have. You are literally just able to binge and focus on the binge. The problem is, after the binge happens, you immediately feel really full, and then that's numbing you out even more. So then you don't even feel your feelings. You're getting further and further away from that mindfulness, from that checking in with yourself. You're distancing yourself from your own self. Then the bigger problem comes up because you're angry with yourself for binge eating. Now the problem here is that I used to be angry with myself for binge eating just because I was thinking that, oh my God, you're gonna get fat. That is such a mistake. Now, when I have a binge, because I've said this in my videos, I still binge every now and then. Sometimes often when I'm really stressed and overwhelmed, it just happens. So then you end up being very angry with yourself and then beating yourself up and then shaming and guilting yourself. And that causes you to just be in this realm trying to shut off those feelings too. So you're literally sitting in a cocoon, like literally imagine myself doing this after I binge. I'm just like, oh my God, I messed up. What is wrong with me? I'm disgusting. I'm fat and I'm so full. And why do I keep doing this every single day, every single day? Okay, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna restrict so I don't get fat. And it's just over and over and over and over again. So mindfulness is the key to prevent that horrifying cycle from happening, the ignoring your feelings and hating yourself and then repeating it and repeating it. It's unbelievable when you kind of map it out and you're like, whoa, that is crazy. Amazing that now I know what's happening. Now, just because we know what's happening doesn't mean that we're gonna be cured and never do it again, okay? Just want you to remember that. So don't set yourself up with all these expectations, because if you think you know what's going on, you assume that you will stop binging, and then you're gonna get very angry with yourself if you don't stop binging. Take a step back, be excited about the fact that you understand the kind of mechanisms going on with your brain. Be very proud of yourself for being open to hearing what I have to say and for you feeling your feelings and realizing these things about yourself. That is a huge goal. That's the win. Not to stop binge eating. The win is understanding yourself and knowing what the heck's going on with the binging. That is awesome. Being mindful is being present in the present moment. Really feeling your feelings at the present moment. So at night, if I'm knowing that I feel stressed, if I know that I'm feeling overwhelmed or insecure or don't want to deal with the pain of something that has happened, that is when I need to check in and say, hey, I think that I feel like binging and I probably will want to binge because I'm not feeling an emotion that I feel prepared to deal with. That is being present. That is being mindful. That is identifying our feelings without judgment and being a little bit more proactive and preventative and not letting that control us and push us into our coping mechanism of filling our bellies with food, filling ourselves with fake fulfillment to coat all the pain and fear and the crap that we don't want to deal with. That is honestly the biggest tip and the one thing that I want you guys to try to do for the next week. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with the idea of mindfulness, because mindfulness is such a huge thing and there's so many moving parts to it, and it's all so beautiful and wonderful. But when you struggle with binge eating disorder or an eating disorder or any kind of struggle, it's very important to take it slow and make one little goal each time, or learn something new each time, but make it a small thing so that you feel like you understand and can actually execute that into making a positive change for yourself. Just to recap, if we apply mindfulness to someone who struggles with binge eating at night, when you're thinking, I just want to ravage my cabinet, pass out, go to bed, not deal with it. What would be better and more helpful for you is to say, hey, I'm having all these emotions and I really feel like I can't deal with it and I don't really want to deal with it. but I know that I have the power, the strength, and the courage to sit with my feelings just for a moment. And then as I prove to myself I can sit with them, I will be less inclined to run to the kitchen and start gobbling up everything in there. Now, if you do end up binging, it's not a failure. It's not like you haven't made any progress. If you were able to just try to check in and try to be mindful after watching this, that is a huge goal, and you really need to be proud of that. Because for me, I'm very proud of when I still notice something about myself, because that's something that I was never able to do before. And if you continue practicing mindfulness more and more and more for longer periods of time, not just checking in for a second, do it for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5, 10, 20, an hour. Over time, we will not binge as much. Okay, I talked so much. This was very helpful for me, as I am a fellow binge eater too. You are not alone. I love you guys. You are so strong and powerful, my warriors. I'm so proud of you all the time. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If it helped at all, please drop a comment below and let me know if this is helping. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!